Hi, my greetings to all the listeners of this podcast. India Ratings and Research published a market wire on production linked incentive scheme for solar panel manufacturers in India very recently. The wire was titled Solar PLI Scheme to Benefit 8 to 13% of Incremental Panels Demand till FY30, Consolidation in Offing. As per recently announced basic customs duty on solar cells and modules of 25% and 40% respectively, domestic manufacturers have almost come at par or even better in some cases in terms of costing to solar generation projects. The scheme should definitely give further fillip to fast growing solar panels manufacturing industry in India. I would like to consolidate my key findings and views on effectiveness and likely outcomes from the same through this short 3-minute podcast to give you a crisp off take we can derive from this policy document, along with possible impact of this fast growing and promising sector. As per the notification dated 28 April 2021 issued by Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, the scheme prescribes a total of INR 45 billion outlay for domestic solar panels manufactured in India. Based on actual sales value as per the formula based on sales volume, base PLI rate, a tapering factor and a factor for local value addition. PLI will be calculated on annual sales up to 50% of manufacturing capacity or 2 gigawatts, whichever is lower, so that at least 3 players can be accommodated within the allocated amount. Winning bidder will be decided based on the lower quoted PLI, higher extent of integration, and higher manufacturing capacity in this order. Minimum module performance in terms of module efficiency and temperature coefficient takes care of the quality of panels aspect to benefit from the scheme. Please refer to the wire for more details on the scheme. Now coming on the offtakes, on the first offtake from the policy as per our analysis, a total of about 20 gigawatt of solar panels can benefit from the scheme over the 5-year period post plant commissioning as per the scheme stipulation, assuming 100% localization. This means that the scheme will benefit 4 to 6 gigawatt of sales annually over the 5-year period, which just means that just around 8 to 13% of the total solar panels demand till FY30 as per our capacity addition targets will be covered under the scheme. These estimates assume that the base PLI rate of INR 2.25 per watt power and entirely greenfield expansion will be there. The scheme is definitely a shot in the arm and a much required step to tackle import requirement and bring it down from 90% import levels to 64 to 74% kind of average levels till FY30. However, the amount under the scheme will have to significantly go up for India to reduce its import dependence any further, assuming India is to proceed on its target of 280 gigawatt of solar capacity by FY30. On the second offtake, higher scales, that is minimum 1 gigawatt capacity to benefit from the scheme and requirement of backward integration will require much larger investments into the sector, resulting in near-term natural consolidation as small players who cannot benefit from the scheme will become uncompetitive. This should lead to sector consolidation, reducing the number of domestic players significantly. Coming to the third offtake, on the execution side, winning bidders may lose on the committed timelines in case they slip on the commissioning timelines varying from 1.5 years to 3 years as per the notification. As per the agency, bidding players may choose to restrict the level of backward integration given the stringent timelines. Moreover, the PLI benefit will be available till 5 years from the scheduled date of commissioning only, which means that they can lose out on the overall scheme benefit over the 5-year period in case of delay. Backward integration may take some time given the already established procurement contract and supply chains internationally. Also, in case of selected manufacturer fails to meet the promised integration or capacity or minimum module performance after his selection, he will not get any PLI till he overcomes these deficiencies. So, in a nutshell, players may want to play it safe and commit less on the integration part under the current allocated amount, given the strict penalties, thus losing out on the main intended purpose of the scheme. In the end, I would like to highlight that supply and logistical constraints have already pushed the estimated under construction solar project based on the imported cell and module cost for developers by around 10 to 12%, as per our discussion with the various rated issuers which we have in our portfolio. The solar PLI scheme can help address the issue, although for a fraction of planned solar capacity addition, by enabling solar power developers to diversify their procurement strategy to include domestically manufactured solar panels, diversifying their risk on procurement side. Dependence on imports will continue over short to medium time frame, but these domestic players are able to, if they are able to increase the level of integration, invest significantly and bring down the cost significantly in long run, taking support of this PLI scheme, we can definitely see a scenario of India transforming from a net importer to a net exporter of solar panels. Thank you all for listening to this podcast. Thanks.